opinion, the titles on the pitch are 19. And you know how Inter responded with their choreography yesterday after the game? They said, our destiny is your nightmare. Yeah, because it looks like Inter are onto something. They are going to build on this.
I mean, it's some good level of consistency. Got to the final of the Champions League last season.
Yeah.
And then they won the title, and they look like they have a team that's got a blend of experience and really young players. I know a couple of those players would actually, fancy their chance. And it was more like a flawless season for Inter.
They only lost once.
They only lost once. They considered the fewest number of games.
Yeah, they've only lost once.
Even if they're going to lose that, they lost one. Route winning the title is huge.
Yeah,
huge. There are still lots of games to play.
And the way they've also done it with Beppe Marotta, who has rebuilt the score twice. Because remember, there was this iteration of Inter that Sami Handanovic and the other guys. Then they sold them off and brought in likes of Edin Dzeko, Andre Onana, sold them off again and have another version. It's like Inter 3.0 right now, and it's still Beppe Marotta, who unfortunately is leaving the club in 2027. Says he wants to focus on politics. And talk about leaving the club, we also hear that Stefano Pioli will be sacked at the end of the season. Yeah, so
Pioli is one of them managers that his reputation, that his job is always on the line.
Yeah, I think it thrives on that, right?
It's a bit of like the Souza, like the Xavi, the
Souza and Xavi.
Yeah, like the manager that they didn't really want to give a chance. So at the slightest opportunity, their job is always possible.
That's why winning the title.
Yeah.
So what's Souza doing in that conversation?
No, like this was the same thing was like they eventually succeeded, even though Souza, on the merit of his job.
Can I just admit Souza is not in this conversation?
Not really, because it was not about title winners. It's just people just want to.
If you don't win title, your job can justifiably be on the line.
No,
but if you win title, that's what we can talk about.
Souza was at United playing good football. Had them in second, they were actually building up, and they looked like they were stable. At least most stable we've seen them since Alex Ferguson. Only for them to fire him and then go and bring in
PhD teacher.
This Pep Light.
All right, so that's it with the Serie A. Congratulations to Inter. I saw the post-game thoughts of Marcus Thuram, who paid a lot of tribute to Thierry Henry. Says he says he probably speaks to Henry more than his father, Lilian Thuram.
He was there.
He was in the crowd as well. Yeah.
Proud moment to score in front of your father in the biggest game of the season and then win the league.
And do you guys agree with me that it's been the sign of the season?
Absolutely.
Or the value sign of the season?
I think value sign is the right word.
Value, yeah.
No, you
want to go to the Prem and start giving us Declan Rice?
No, nah.
Nah.
I thought we were talking of Italy.
Even in Europe, I think that's Marcus Thuram.
In Europe is I can't.
Are you serious right now?
How does this Jude Bellingham?
This Bellingham somewhere.
Oh, Jude Bellingham. Yeah. No, okay.
Have you hated Madrid
so after Jude, it's Marcus Thuram. But if we now add value signing, it's Marcus Thuram.
Cost nothing.
I mean, how the people did not even see him for Inter Milan to pick him for almost nothing? It's a mystery to me.
Nobody wanted him because they thought it was a positional problem.
It's a positional problem. It just happened to be the fact that
it was just
everyone that just want a few top teams that still play with two strikers. Not a lot of top teams play with two strikers.
But crucially, they also had a striker who could adapt to anything. Lautaro Martinez.
So you have to find a way to bring both.
Martinez could play with Arnautovic. Martinez could play with anybody.
He could play with anybody.
Two strikers system, just put another striker next to him. Will get.
Sometimes two strikers system needs one to make it work. And crucially, Lautaro Martinez was the willing guy.
I mean, it helps that he's also a top scorer. But yes, absolutely. Shout out to everybody involved.
Yeah.
Let's leave this conversation.
Because Thuram is scoring strikers and your eye will pee. You cannot play as a lone striker. And even though his preferred position is actually as a left winger, he's clearly too big to be a functional left winger.
Yeah.
So just draft him in and just balance him.
Yeah, it worked at Mönchengladbach as well because he played in a two strikers.
Alassane player.
They had a fantastic partnership, and it's fair that the rest of Europe just allowed Inter Milan signing. That's the best thing that could happen.
All right, let's switch it up a bit to the NBA because we saw some madness. I saw all of your tweets. I saw all of your WhatsApp status, and
so, as your day changed,
I was trying to imagine. Oh, but have you had a great day?
No.
Okay.
I've been up since 3 a.m. I've been mad since 6 a.m.
All right. Emmanuel will join us, and they'll be taking the thoughts of Tim Young and Emmanuel as far as the NBA playoffs concerned. And speak of Emmanuel, he pops in right now. Emmanuel, what's up? How you doing? How's Kano? Hope Kano is chilling. Okay, Emmanuel, we might just have to patch up to you in a bit. How about we quickly pay bills, and when we come back, we'll get this up and running. We'll talk about the Knicks as well. We have also gone 2 games side against the Sixers. Stick around. We got bills to pay. 6:11.
Just for that sumptuous tiny beans.
It's both. Season your jollof with the Ritz today. Eat for good.
New Lafayette for waterlogged areas. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafayette water shield cement, water go collect. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. Lafarge, confirm cement. New Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
New Lafarge water shield cement now confirm. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. New Lafarge water shield cement #1. New Lafarge waterproof cement confirm. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water to collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to call. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. Lafarge, confirm cement. New Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with Knorr seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So, go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
New Lafarge water shield cement now confirm. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. New Lafarge water shield cement #1. New Lafarge waterproof cement confirm. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water to collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to call. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. #1 waterproof cement for Niger. Lafarge, confirm cement. New Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen, every day of the weekday to sports news on Million FM.
Your skin so sweet, you look so sweet. My eyes on you, but the lady. The way you ain't driving me crazy. I wanna know you, and where you from? She say she's from London.
London derby tonight. Arsenal, Chelsea kicking off by 8 p.m. No Cole Palmer for Chelsea, and Arsenal seeking to go 3 points clear of Liverpool and 4 points clear of Manchester City. We'll talk about that later on. But it's time for some NBA playoffs watch on the show. We're trying to reconnect back to Emmanuel and talk about how the Lakers fumbled it at the Ball Arena against the Nuggets, who have now won 10 consecutive against the Lakers. Emmanuel, are you there?
I'm here, Wally. Good evening.
All right, good evening. Great to have you on the show. We've had a great day, and hope you enjoyed the Lakers game this morning as well. And there is the popular opinion that of all 10 losses or consecutive losses that the Lakers have suffered to the Nuggets, this is the most painful. Do you agree?
Yes, Wally. Yeah, I agree totally. I agree. The last season conference finals, there's something that the Warriors, the Nuggets always lost to the Lakers. I didn't say the last time we spoke. There's this thing they give them. You see this thing Bayer Leverkusen will do to you. They give you false hope that you have a chance into the game. Up to who watched the series last season, the Lakers came within distance 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes to the end of the game, and boom, the Nuggets took it. 20 points deficit. How did they overturn? How did they lose that? Yes, I know they are blaming for the no call on Jamal Murray on the face of D'Angelo Russell and all the whatnot. But yes, it's a playoff game. The pace is slower. It's not as fast as this in the regular season. How did you throw it all up? D'Angelo Russell came to the party yesterday. He was shooting from downtown. Everybody, AD has been consistent in the last 2 games. LeBron, I think he's that clutch. LeBron had his chance. He put the guy to the ground. He has a chance to nail it, drive to the rim, do a 2-pointer or go to the 3-point. Before that time, LeBron has hit back-to-back 3. So I think it's just a very bad decision he took. I don't want to blame it on all of that. How do you blame now? For the problem, Wally, the Lakers had 2 calls, 2 timeouts to give. And the coach that in hand did not use it. So after LeBron missed that, he would have called for a timeout or find a way to manage the game. It's what we call game management in football. D'Angelo Russell, the coach, would have called for even to check because he still had to timeout to give. He didn't make any of that. So Davenham is being thrown under the balls right now. But I just felt it was a game in the second half, 20 points lead, not first half. I think they will look back at all of these games, even though some people always feel the last conference finals, the Lakers will go to their graves looking at, we had a chance to fight for this point and even win this game. But the one for last night, Wally, it hurt. It's painful actually, because even people who are not Lakers fans are even angry. This is for the first time everybody felt it was going to be warm and dry. D'Angelo Russell, everybody came to the party except for Hachimura, who had a tough scoring night, and even Austin Reeves. But even the press conference, LeBron could not speak.
Oh yeah,
the press conference, AD could not speak.
Yeah.
AD had to just walk out of the conference.
Mic drop, yeah.
Yes, I think it's a bad one. On Friday they host game 3. Like you said, after the first game, they said they're trying to figure out the Nuggets. They're going to figure them out. It's only a matter of time. Yesterday would have been a testament that we figure this team out. They're trying to blow them apart, but it is what it is, Wally.
Now, I wanted to ask Tony Young, who is a Laker, obviously, and I mean, if game 1 was a missed opportunity, game 2 felt like a death blow to the Lakers. Now the Lakers need to win one of those 2 games coming up at the Crypto Arena. Now to win this series, they'll have to pull off something that they haven't done in almost 500 days, and that is beat Denver. Is it possible?
Yes, Wally.
I was talking to Tony Young on that. I'll come back to you in a bit.
Absolutely. It's possible, but the manner in which they threw this game away, I think it's a psychological blow for the entire series. I actually felt that the series was not as unwinnable as a lot of people thought, and of course, obviously, last time they got swept in the Western Conference Final, and it shaped a lot of people's perception about the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers coming into this. But I thought they had even before the tip-off, I thought they were going to win game 2 because the way game 1 went, they had an 11-point lead at some point, threw it all the way in the third quarter. Similar scenario yesterday or in the early hours of today. For speaking of Nigerian time, up by 20, almost halfway into the third quarter, and then there's this random loss of concentration. Lakers went 5 minutes at some point in the third quarter without making a single basket.
Their offense collapsed
without scoring a single point. They had this half screen and roll between LeBron and AD that they debuted as the third quarter started, and immediately Denver figured it out. The offense, was not as Emmanuel said. Austin Reeves was not shooting his regular man, and I know that Emmanuel has given, and a lot of people have given D'Angelo Russell his props for coming up having a good shooting game yesterday, but he disappeared in the clutch. What good is all of that if you forget how to score when it matters the most? You talk about LeBron, missing that potential game winner or 3-pointer that could have given the Lakers advantage. Probably should have taken that to basket, but he made 2 huge threes, 2 very heavily contested deep threes just before that. So he had the hot hand and he felt a 3-point shot. Wide open 3-point shot from just outside the arc is much better than a 2-point. In retrospect, it was a bad decision, but the Lakers, in my opinion, lost that game because of the worst coach in all of professional sports. It doesn't matter if you play golf, cricket, tennis.
I thought AD was somehow criticizing his coach as well last night. How they collapsed mentally.
I dare you to find a worse coach, whether as a life coach, as a basketball coach, a tennis coach, in whatever walk of life, a worse coach than Davinam. There was a foul call in the fourth quarter. A foul call on LeBron James on Jamal Murray. Never a foul. Davinam had, had timeouts, had his challenges.
Should have contested.
Did not contest that. Did not contest. It was not a foul whatsoever.
Wale, let's put the icing on the cake on this. A poll was done among 355 players in the NBA on the coaches they would like to play with. He was a member of now arguably one of the greatest NBA teams defensive wise, the Detroit Pistons team of 2004 that won the championship then. He was a member of that team. Now he plays one of the good defenders. People felt that difference. Now probably is making an excuse that they already had 2 contested shots that didn't go their way, which was glaring. Even though the referee came out to say there was minimal contact, that's why he didn't call it. Now, there was contact. According to the referee, there was minimal. Now, after LeBron missed that 3-pointer, call for a timeout and re-strategize your team. Put perimeter defenders, put defenders all over the team. This is not the first time he's done this. Right? There was a game Lakers were playing. AD and LeBron were sitting on the bench. Game was going the bad way. LeBron and AD got up themselves, brought themselves into the game, and they moved to other players. Davinham could not do anything about it this season. So that's to say that many times he hasn't had the balls to call some decisions. LeBron and AD have been making some calls because I don't know whether he's nervous, whether he's scared, but I feel Frank Vogel did better job than him for the left Frank Vogel left.
All right.
But it is what it is.
Okay, we don't know what they're going to bring to the table in Game 3, but whatever changes they have to make, I'm not sure that a lot will make a difference against them.
Because the good news is that
they're going to this game.
I played that game.
What did you say?
That Vanderbilt is back. Might be in the lineup for that game.
I don't know if it's enough.
It's fine for them.
Vando might help in slowing down.
The defense.
Similar to how Dwight Howard did in the championship season. But even that, I'm not very, very optimistic from a Lakers.
I get you. You're correct.
All right, let's switch it over to the Knicks, who are also up to something. They've got 2 games up against the Sixers, who had Joel Embiid returning for them. And the Knicks were up by 8 in the fourth quarter, coughed up the lead in the matter minutes. The Sixers were up by 5 with 47 seconds to go, and they might just have coughed up the series in a matter of seconds. The Sixers.
This series, since they brought in OG Anunoby toward the trade deadline alongside our own promisor Chiwak, the Knicks have been one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Anunoby is a dog. He puts everything on the line defensively. Perimeter defending, he's a spot-up 3-point shooter. I don't forget they also got in Alex Box and Bogdanovic from the Detroit Pistons. These are guys who can create their own shots off the dribble. They are spot-up shooters, catch and shoot guys. Now, like I always said about what's his name, Tom Thibodeau, he's one man who knows how to drive the starting fire to the wire. He can overuse them until they beg. He really knows I will beg to their place, give me some breaking space. Now, their bench has the worst return when it comes to points because the man doesn't trust his bench. Anytime, I keep saying, one of their star players, was one who has been out. They might miss the entire series. Nobody knows the status that he is right now.
Yeah.
But that man, Dante DiVincenzo, is one of the top 3 when it comes to 3-point efficiency in the NBA this season. But in the Warriors last season, he must have picked 1 or 2 kills from Steph Curry from his 3-point shooting. He also came up clutch again yesterday.
So the Warriors have done better to keep Dante, especially as Clay's deputy or as Clay's replacement.
Yes, they should have actually. One of the undoing of the Warriors would have been or will be to want to keep these same guys together. Let's not overflow this Warriors matter because even though Steph Curry is telling Draymond Green that we ain't done yet, I think it's time to speed this team. And Draymond Green made a statement. the team has paid all of us. They don't owe us anything. Clay got injured, they got $190 million. So Dante DiVincenzo was the leader for them last season. Now he came to the Knicks, and Jalen Brunson is playing like an MVP candidate. He's playing balls out. And now I keep wondering how the Mavericks let him go for free to the New York Knicks. And let's not forget, we also got that man on the arena yesterday, Carmelo Anthony, who was there to give them support. And they came up close. They take it too seriously. While I'm optimistic that when they go to the Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia, they might pick one game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey deserves his bag. He's going to get about $270 million. He's not gotten his bag yet in the summer, but I feel himself and Joel Embiid. One of the most.
What did you make of that Maxey call that wasn't given?
It was brutal, Wale. It was brutal. Even the LeBron in his press conference made reference to that call as well.
Yeah.
He made reference to that call. One of the NBA. You also have what we see in the NBA, right? In the Premier League with the use of the VAR.
Yeah.
The NBA
they also have their own censor as well. Yeah.
Yes. So they are killing the game gradually, and I don't know how they're going to fix that.
I know. I look like Nick Nurse was calling for a timeout in the final sequence before Dante hit the dagger, and it was ignored by the referees.
It was ignored, exactly. So for me, I don't know, and you know how it is even in the Premier League. When you complain, you get suspended or you get fined, and it is what it is. So this is not the first time. Even against the Detroit Pistons, they made a wrong call against the Pistons. Even there was name, the coach of the team. Monty Williams was almost in tears in the game. He was like, how did these things happen? It was a broad daylight profile. The referee did not call it. But Wale, like I said, one player who I think has been a scam in the 76ers is Tobias Harris.
Yes.
That guy never comes to the party.
An absolute fraud.
With his massive contract.
Tobias Harris is supposed to be the second best player after Joel Embiid. Is there? Tᴏɪᴜ has become the third best player after Joel Embiid.
Even Batum is more important than him.
Only coming off the bench, you are right, actually. But I don't know how they're going to fix this. But I know I'm certain that the Knicks can go on the road and get one win, and this can just be a gentleman's sweep for one.
Nice one. Thank you very much. Good talk from Emmanuel Chibuzo for your thoughts on the NBA playoffs. We appreciate it. Have a great one. Okay.
Well, it's a pleasure, Wale.
Alrighty, and before we wrap up with the NBA tonight, do you think anything changes? We've got Bucks against Pacers game 2, and I think there's also Clippers as well.
Yeah, I think Bucks will go up too.
Clippers should as well too.
I think Mavericks will pull one back. I thought they were going to win game 1. They did not. I think they will get one.
Okay.
I expect them to get one.
I'll see about that. We're nearing halfway. In fact, it's actually halfway back on the show. But before we take another break, it's been a while. We did Don't Google It, right? And I've got a very interesting question, and this should interest Oᴏᴜᴜ. So yesterday, we talked about it towards the end of the show, but Hall of Famers, the latest Premier League Hall of Famers are Andrew Cole and John Terry. Now the question is, where did Andrew Cole start his career from? What club? We know he won 5 Premier League titles in Manchester United, right? At the point in time, playing at Newcastle. But where did his football career start? Andrew Cole.
Blackburn Rovers.
Alright, what's your answer, Tony Young?
That was a guess.
Yeah, I know.
Coventry.
Alright, stay tuned for the answer after this break.
But I think that was
Yeah, we'll take a look at the answer after the 6:30. Don't go to Sports Cruise.
You find better on. I be you one play, cause cost over 1.5. I be you one bet. Say, but seem no go score at all. Yeah, we get better payout. No worry, we there for you. Our own chapter out. We know the finish. Oh no, we there for you. Oh, we there for you. You see for Bet Baba, you feel me money, Bet Baba. Cash out today easy, oh Bet Baba. We get online games for you. You play all what I want, yeah. We get better bonus. I need another yeah. Now Bet Baba pay us sharp. Darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
welcome back. Sports Cruise on Mainland 90.3. I trust Tᴜɪᴅ would have Googled it, right? You haven't checked it yet?
No, I decided to.
Okay, have you? I thought you were going to quickly check it and we'll just arrive at the answer.
I guessed. And,
all right, it started.
I was wrong.
All right, his Prem career or his English football career started at Arsenal. Actually, he had only just one appearance, by the way.
Are you serious?
Between 1982, yeah, I think, yeah.
Let me check our friend.
Interesting.
Yeah. He actually saw Arsenal between 1988 and 1989. Then moved on to the main team, played till 1992. But actually, he only had one appearance all through his Arsenal time. Then from there, went to Fulham on loan, Bristol City on loan, played at Newcastle, and became a legend at Manchester United. Yeah, awesome. Wow. We had answer right.
Wow.
All right, let's get to Unai Emery right away, shall we? And Tᴜɪᴅ, don't you think Villa moving too fast? It's like a new relationship, right? And you guys are about to, after like 2 weeks,
honeymoon stage,
you start asking the babe like how far now? And she says, Tᴜɪᴅ, don't you think we're moving too fast?
It seems like I'm talking from a wealth of experience.
Yeah, endless.
Okay, but I don't think so. Actually, I don't think they're moving too fast. Emery's achievements, they have been spectacular. Since he joined, Aston Villa have picked up 115 points in the league. That's
massive,
crazy. League. 15 behind the leaders, Massive with 130 behind Arsenal and Liverpool as well. That is elite company. I don't know how else a manager has to earn trust. He has certainly done enough to earn their trust as their long-term manager. Even if things, because football, the good it's always 7 years of 7 years of buoyancy and
of plenty and 7 years of famine. Yeah,
so the bad times will definitely come. It's football, and then you can trust the fans to easily trend Emery out and boo him when it gets bad enough. But now that the good times are here, why not enjoy it?
I think that they are basking in the moments, but there's a tendency to carry away, because I looked at the statement they released, and they are saying that the owners, Nassef Sawiris and West Edens, are certain that Emery can become their version of the legendary Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson. Are they not taking it too far? They don't do them like Ferguson anymore.
But the truth of the matter again is this:
football can never have another Ferguson. Football is not like that anymore.
When people have ambition, it depends on the extent at which they are ready to go about it. But we can't deny the progress that Emery had brought over to Aston Villa. I mean, I think one of the things that motivates him more, maybe at the start, was the fact that maybe he felt he didn't have enough time at Arsenal, and he wanted to just come prove to English football that he can do the best, he can get it done. And this season he's done the double over the Gunners for the first time in 16 seasons. So I think for me, it's a statement to the fact that Aston Villa season with progress. He's got a wealth of experience. He's the most successful manager in the second tier of European football, by the way. That's Europa League. He's won it more than anybody else. So I think they see that in him, and with the way they are going right now, they may actually get into the Champions League, depending on how far they can go. They've got the advantage right now, and especially with that game against Arsenal. But ultimately, I don't think anyone should fault the ambition of Aston Villa. Renew the contract of Unai Emery. I'm thinking that I can take us to the next level. He can give us that extra push that we should want to have from a manager that's got experience. See, when Aston Villa qualified for Europe, I followed Tᴜɪᴅ for a couple of days, and he's been comparing the team of Aston Villa to the team of Chelsea, and we talked about the fact there were some superstars, and I see this Aston Villa, and I think they are still going to break the bank and get a couple of more players if they qualify for Europe. It's not that they let go of some of their players.
The real Europe.
I'm talking about real Europe, not the one Chelsea are looking for backdoor to enter, which is
I walked into that.
But what likes of Villa and Newcastle are doing is that they are also upping the stakes for the modest size. For example, look at West Ham. I was talking to your medicine today, and they were saying West Ham have to be careful what they're wishing for. You want Moyes to go, and you want to bring in Ruben Amorim, who can play in quote progressive football, right? But Villa and Newcastle have shown West Ham that you can also have a bite of Champions League football if you bring in a good manager and probably recruit well. It might not last long, because trust me, Villa are not going to play Champions League back to back.
I don't think so.
No. Newcastle it is not easy.
It's not easy
because United are going to come back with more money and recruit and upgrade the squad. Trust me, Chelsea also are going to recruit. I don't know if they're going to play Champions League football, but what they've shown the likes of West Ham is that, see, you can also come get a bite of the cherry. It won't hurt for one season.
Not exactly.
You said
because it's not West Ham have West Ham have something that Aston Villa and Newcastle do not have, which is
What's that?
this sustained, that sustained level of at least for 2 consecutive seasons. And West Ham have been in European places.
What Europe? They've been playing Conference League and just upgraded to Europe.
West Ham have been in Europe 3 consecutive seasons. Europa League,
and now they qualify for the same.
Now Europa League again, even though they are out.
They are out.
They are out, and they actually even won the Conference League, which is what Aston Villa are fighting for to win this season, and which is more than any Newcastle. I can assure you that Newcastle would rather have won the Conference League and get knocked out of the Champions League. That was the group stages, which is.
But I thought that Newcastle's profile got a big boost with this Champions League season. They just went.
Crashed out of the group stage.
Yeah, no, but I mean, some also tell you. I know that it's a game of it's benefit of hindsight, but with a little margin, Newcastle probably would have been in the knockout stage of the Champions League. PSG comes to mind. I think PSG over 2 legs or so. It comes to mind. It's the little margins, but we understand that they don't know the workings of the Champions League, and they paid for that in experience.
I think again, some of these teams, just like a lot of people made excuse for Arsenal, and then you have to be consistent in this thing. You have to keep going back to understand the politics. Maybe not the politics as Africa as such, but I'm talking about the dynamics and the intricacies of playing in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you have to play in Europe on Wednesday and
play on Sunday or Saturday.
And play on Sunday, and if you don't have a large squad, especially when you don't have the experience of maneuvering competitions like that, it will certainly bounce back. When when Newcastle got knocked out of the Champions League, they actually went on a run of about 6 games without a win. They really struggled.
Their season was almost collapsing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Immediately they got knocked out. So it's one thing to lose at that point. I mean, the euphoria of we've gone back to Europe, and it just come all. It's just like Leicester City. When Leicester City won the league, they qualified and they went to the Champions League. They didn't come out of the group stage of the Champions League, and the following season they qualified for Europe. 2 seasons after, they are playing in the Championship. It's as simple as that.
Speak of Leicester, they win tonight at home to Southampton, and they are in the Prem. They need just 1 point to make it back to the Prem. So
it's been crazy. Preston North End, I just blew everything off.
Yeah, but I mean, for Leicester, they must thank their stars, because at a point in time
they were leading with 12 points.
Yeah,
now, at some point
they blew it away. Yeah, they blew it away, and now they've restored some parity. And whatever happens, just win Southampton and probably get a point this weekend, and they will be back in the big time. So once again, back to Villa. It's a new contract extension until 2027 for Unai Emery. It reminds me of Alan Pardew. He had one good season with Newcastle, and you know how they rewarded him. They gave him a 7-year contract.
And he used 7 months.
And he fell apart. And it fell apart.
It always happened. Do you remember also when Chelsea won the Champions League 2012? And there was a starting on Roberto Di Matteo. He came in as a caretaker. He won the Champions League. Instead of him to just go,
everybody knows it was a bad idea. But the logic was, how can you not reward the Champions League with a new contract?
The reward turned to another problem.
All right, let's take some calls, shall we? Hello. Oh, lost that one. If you want to join in, 09136600410. It's the number to dial. Damola. Oh, yeah, big shout out to you. Damola is texting us on Facebook all the way from the UK. I think it's in Wigan, actually. He says, great job you guys are doing. God bless you. Thank you very much. Grandpa, that's why I call him, for sending that one in. All right, still talking managers. Ruben Amorim, like you said, was in London yesterday, courtesy a private jet sponsored by West Ham. But they're now saying that at West Ham, Liverpool is not even going to any of these clubs. But we don't know what his future looks like right now. But it definitely is a hot prospect on the market, and it's not just a fluke. It's someone who has put in some work, about to do back-to-back titles with Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when I saw the report this morning that the talks did not go positive, I don't know how I would feel from a West Ham perspective. If I fly you out, but talks better go positive.
You return my fuel money. You return my and the champagne you took on the flight. You return my fuel money.
Even Ruga, which was Ruga.
How did Ruga get involved in this conversation? Please don't give us the backstory. Just move on.
Yeah. I was not even going to give you. But yes, I mean, we all, like we said yesterday, we always felt a bit like perhaps Ruben Amorim's level was a bit.
Sorry, we have a caller on hold. Hello, caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen in the studio.
Yeah, we're sorry for putting you on hold. Go on. Please.
Don't worry. Can I chime in on this Aston Villa issue?
Oh, go on.
Okay. If Unai become a sort of a Pep Guardiola coach, Wale, and just in the studio, I mean, they give him long-term contract. would it not be ideal for new investors like the Arab sheikhs to invest in Villa? So I go to compete basically with Chelsea.
They already have owners who have been so consistent with funding the club. Yeah.
Okay.
Nassif Sawiris and residents.
I'm thinking like if the investor can go just come in, pop in more money, so they're going to buy players, compete with Malak or Manchester City and Real Madrid.
Well, let's temper our expectations. Villa are just having a one of a kind season. Yeah, they haven't made that season. Yeah, Newcastle even did more than this last season, didn't they?
Newcastle were blowing. This time last season, Newcastle were just 2 points adrift the third place team, and they were almost sure of qualifying for the Champions League, which they did.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, and trust me, I don't even know if Villa will be here next season. But because of Unai Emery, you might say it's possible. He's a super manager.
He
also have Monchi. Monchi is the sporting director at Villa as well. So, lovely combo they've got over there at Villa Park.
I also don't think they actually people want to hit our rich Premier League teams. I don't think they need them. To be able to sign you.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Greatness, can you speak up, please?
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me now?
Better now.
Okay, Wale, why are you now doubting Villa will do next season? Why would Villa do when you are seeing structure of good work these guys are doing? Is it Chelsea that has that Kupama addition will do next season? They did not even spend a lot to, but some that spend billions of dollars of pounds, sorry, and could not even make top 4, could not even make top 10. I don't even know. Then you should if you added Chelsea, this guy did it in Villa, which we see. And now look at the doing it in Aston Villa. Then he's going to be back to back. More than a team that spent almost 2 billion and they did not even have enough for success.
So who was that sub for?
The owner knows.
Oh, it's gone.
Except for bullies on the show. I don't know.
All right, let's get to some Liverpool manager watch as they try to replace the man called Jurgen Klopp. The latest to be linked to Liverpool job is now final head coach Arne Slot.
The way this Liverpool is going, they will come and look for John Obu.
This one has
but actually, Slot has been
is even available.
And Slot has been linked to Spurs. Was that last season when he rejected them?
It turned Spurs down. Look, what I want you to take from all of this, if you're a Liverpool fan listening, is that your suffering is about it. No matter who you are.
So forget it.
You suffer with it.
You've enjoyed your 7 years of rainfall. Now your job is
that
coming.
first 1 or 2 years.
You will suffer it.
Yeah, that's it. I think every Liverpool fan is expecting that.
I don't think so.
They are not. See, while Liverpool fans on Twitter, some Liverpool fans that I follow on Twitter are eager for club to leave because for whatever reason they believe that there's better out there than Jurgen.
See, again, it's the same thing of Manchester United. Now you can't blame clubs when players and their fans are used to winning. It's really difficult for you to make them lower their expectations and think that the manager is coming, there's going to be a rebuilding process. Some of them started supporting Liverpool when Jurgen Klopp came in, won the Champions League, won the Premier League, won the FA Cup, won virtually everything he could win in world football, and they feel like whoever is going to come around. The same thing with Manchester United. Did you see what Erik ten Hag said? He said for a team that qualified for 2 FA Cup finals in 10 seasons, they've qualified for back-to-back. That is how low Manchester United fans see themselves now. So that's exactly where they are. So don't blame Liverpool fans if they feel there's better on the other side. But
so I was going there because he was addressing the media, talk about Erik ten Hag ahead of the game against Sheffield United. But 6:45, don't forget this show is brought to you by Bet Baba. I've got an accumulator for tonight coming up very soon, and accumulator for last night has been delayed by 3 games from Uruguay, the reserves league, and hopefully maybe gets I think those games were postponed. You could probably get your bet settled much later today. So hey, we hit a winner tomorrow. Yesterday looks like that. Now let's get back to Erik ten Hag. He believes criticism of the manner of Manchester United's progress to the FA Cup final is embarrassing and labelled some comments aimed at his team a disgrace. Now we know the story with Coventry. Let a 3-goal lead slip, won on penalties, and when asked if the man of United's progress to the final was embarrassing, ten Hag responded, and I quote, "No, the reaction from you, the media, was embarrassing. It is the comments. Top football is about results. We made it to a final and we deserved it not only in this game but also the other games. We lost control for 20 minutes and we also had bad luck when the game went to 3-2 and then 3-3. And yes, at the end, we were very lucky. That is clear. Now it takes it up a notch. He said our penalties were very good and we made it to the final. It is a huge achievement. Tunayong, if you're a United fan, how do you feel? How do you feel about this comment from your manager?
I mean, I said yesterday that Ten Hag lies a lot. He's actually intentionally, he knows exactly what to do. He's intentionally obtuse. And painting, he's trying to reverse the narrative. And if he meant it genuinely, I could see a point where he's trying to say, okay, perhaps you thought the comment about United being a disgrace is a bit disrespectful towards Coventry, because they are a football club as well, a professional football club that played the championship promotion playoffs last season. And this season they are 8th on the log. So I mean, yes, losing a 3-goal lead is bad, but people are talking about it like they played against paraplegics. No offense to anybody, but I get it from that angle. But to now sit there and act like you don't know why people are calling it a disgraceful performance, the fact that United capitulated and were a toenail away from getting knocked out.
From your own assumption, they got knocked out. If that go out to stay.
Look, I don't know, we have already said it. Both of them were playing for the right to lose to Man City in the final anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I get what he's talking about in terms of maybe back-to-back finals, but you cannot look at it from a cup.
So basically saying that we have overanalyzed or we are overreacting to the Coventry game?
Not at all. He's underreacting, and that's the problem. There's a middle ground there. There's a middle ground to be met in the sense that yes, United have qualified for back-to-back finals, but also you capitulated in the glare of the whole world against a team that is from the
Hi, good evening.
Hello. Good evening. My name is Abdullah.
Calling from where, please?
Yeah, I'm driving on the road.
Alright, are you first time caller?
No, I've always been calling. My name is Damilola.
Oh, Damilola. Alright, Damilola. Welcome.
Yeah, so quick one. Concerning Ten Hag, it just shows the mediocre. That's the truth. With that statement, considering some of us who watched the Manchester United and the Ferguson, we knew the part of the race. And then we see, fine, maybe Coventry is a football team and they deserve all the respect. But in that manner, terrible substitution, 3-0 becoming 3-3, a team who is 8th on the championship table. In fact, they won us. Forget that was the first one they removed. And it's coming to justify his action. It shows him the mediocre. It shows he doesn't belong to that club. See, perhaps he should just go back to his Ajax and be a king over there.
They want him back actually.
To the club. Let him just go. I think he brought a mediocre mentality to Manchester United. That's why you have the likes of Tony always playing. Do you understand that? Why would Onana even be starting every game? If I were to be that buying that, I would have left the club in protest. If you don't believe me, why did you bring me up? Why play Onana? Fine, Onana is terrible. Some of the goals considered that day, I will cut some of them even at my age. That's the truth. Wow, I am not missing where. Like a player who can reflect now. At least I played amateur football back then in my days. I was not to the University of Football. See, there's something they call 2 steps and dive. Fine, okay, he has already moved. There's a reflex to speak and he dive now. Look at that deflection that entered now.
Change this conversation.
You're making it look easy, bro. Yeah.
Our coach is a mediocre. Thank you very much and have a blessed night.
Thank you very much, Damilola, for your comment.
I kind of want to agree, and this is what I mean.
That goalkeeper is easy?
No. That's not what I mean. Like, see, there's always that level of you wanting to, not wanting to call out your players or go really hard on your team and thinking, oh, we did well, we're struggling, yes, we know that we can get better, but there's also a need for you to sit your players and tell them that, do you know the weight of playing for this club? Do you know the expectations that comes up on you? Do you know what it means to have a legacy of Silas Ferguson? 8 managers since Ferguson left, and the highest they've actually gotten was Oᴏᴜ winning the Europa League. And you look at how mediocre the team has been. They had a Champions League group that had what were the teams FC Copenhagen and Galatasaray. They couldn't qualify from that group. Let's even agree that Bayern would own the group. But what happened to Manchester United qualifying second? What happens to Manchester United dropping to the Europa League? They couldn't even come out of that group. And you think your manager is right enough to come out and say we've qualified for 2 FA Cup? Is that how low Manchester United have become? Celebrating FA Cup? They didn't even win the last one.
Let's take a message from our sponsors, our friends, Bet Baba. Don't forget, always gamble responsibly. Not for persons under 18. We'll be right back.
Just move on.
So, babes, don't you think the radio is so boring these days?
Well, it depends on what you need. I just
find better odd. I bet you want play Coruscos. Over 1.5, I bet you want bet. Say, what's in no go score at all like a level. Hey, we get better payout. No worry, we there for you. 1 hour odd, chop right out. We know the feeling show. Oh, no, we there for you. Oh, we there for you. You see for Bet Baba, give me money, Bet Baba. Cash out today easy for Bet Baba. We get online games for you. You play all I want. Yeah. We get better bonus. Money in order. Yeah. Now Bet Baba play us on. Cash out for sharp. Darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Welcome back. So that's Chris on Midland 98.3. Let's do more messages on Facebook, guys. Babalala Abdul Ghaffar, I see you. So it's good evening all. Can Liverpool just go for Unai Emery with that squad and loaning of Darwin Núñez for 4 years? I think Emery will ball at Liverpool. A correction to Mr. Ocon, Leicester were knocked out of the group stages of the Champions League. In the first season, they made out of the group, even got to quarterfinals. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Abidin Ayola says, I think Liverpool can work with Mourinho, though. It's weird, but I think it will bang. Well done, guys. I'm not working with you on this one. Yeah, I don't think Liverpool and Mourinho will work out. By the way, Mourinho has been doing some media auditions these days. He's been talking to the media a lot.
That's reminding me, I still a coach.
Yeah, exactly. He was with the Telegraph a couple of days ago and was throwing some small jabs at Mikel Arteta for his tactics against Manchester City. This is another message from Damilo Abdushola. It's good evening to you guys in the studio. Congratulations for Inter for winning the Scudetti. Yes, the Scudetti, not the Scooter. In yesterday's game against Milan. All right, thanks for sending that in. We're heading towards the end of the show. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, this is Sᴏᴏ calling from Pakistan.
Oh, Sabo, what club do you even support? I think you're a Milan fan, right?
Congratulations to your rivals.
Oh. Yeah.
It's good. It's painful because the way we lost. Because it just showed that we are genius in Inter. It just showed. It showed. Thuram scoring on both legs. The mentality is just.
Yeah, but I thought Milan were always going to struggle this season with the number of players they brought into the squad. About 10 players. Sam Chukwueze, Noah Okafor, Pulisic, Loftus-Cheek. They need a lot of time to gel. Maybe next season.
But I just don't need time.
Maybe next season.
Yeah, so but the thing is, if you look at these players, if you look at Inter players, our players are more fair players. Inter players are stronger. That is the issue. That's the issue I have. They might need some time to gel, but even at that, they are too fragile, in my opinion. Anyways, I want to watch that guy said about Hart, the Manchester United fan, and what he said about him being mediocre. The truth of the matter is, what would we expect? It's not the racist. We don't expect the racist thing. I only heard that he did that behind closed doors. It's not a Ferguson. It's not a Mourinho. And yes, Man U actually won in an embarrassing fashion, but it just depends on how is what Man U is going to have in their history. Remember Ferguson lost to Southampton. It might not have been a semi-final, but he lost to Southampton. I don't even know where Southampton was. They were not in championship when they lost to them in the Carabao Cup. So this is, I think which match was that? That was completed by no club in the cup competition or so. I think there was a name by no club in the cup competition. These things happen. Yes, it's actually very embarrassing the way it happened, especially how they escaped. But bottom line is, it actually happened. These things actually happen. How do you begin the FA Cup?
All right, thank you very much. Oᴏᴜᴜ for your thoughts. Really appreciate it. Let's take that scholar. Hello.
Hello, Olawale.
Hey, Chief, how you doing?
Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Been a minute. This is Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
How are you doing?
Yeah,
how
fine.
You doing? Okoye and Tunde.
Hey, they're chilling. What do you have to say? Go on.
What I have to say about Ten Hag, like what Tunde actually said, I don't know if this is intentional or if whatever. I don't know. I don't know if he does this intentionally or he really needs a proper media training. Because I don't get. You know your club is struggling, but you come and sugarcoat it for the media that are doing well, they are performing well. I don't get it. Then one other thing again.
I saw the American accent.
If coverage, the team that played against Man United, if they have won the FA Cup, will they be promoted to the Premier League or Europe?
Come and promote it.
They
will only play in the Europa League.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we can did that the season they were relegated.
Sorry, one more thing, please, I beg. To wrap up your show.
Alright.
You guys, between Bukayo Saka and Rodrigo that plays for Real Madrid, who will you have in your team? One, then two, who is a better player? Let's remove trophies because of Saka. Who do you think is a better player, and who you choose to be your squad?
We have another version of Sports Cruise by 7:30. We'll probably talk about that. We don't have time for that. Then I also think that anytime you guys want to have this conversation, you guys disrespect Rodrigo a lot. I think Rodrigo is a fantastic footballer.
Yes, but you cannot compare somebody's number 2 to another person's number 1.
Exactly.
Nobody relies on Rodrigo, but he's a great contributor.
Rodrigo is
they don't really go into games relying on Rodrigo. Saka needs Saka to perform.
Saka is also what do they call it? There's this word we used to use, newspaper guys way back on Complete Sports. It's their talisman. Yeah. It's their talisman. It's a weapon of mass destruction.
So Saka's executions. Really better than him, but that's his level.
Yeah. Alright, we had a Nottingham Forest will be sent recordings of conversations between Stuart Atwell and Anthony Taylor from their defeat by Everton by PGMOL over the next few days, and the audio could be broadcast publicly when the next referee's Mike Top program airs next week on Sky. I understand the Classico recording also has been released for the goal line incident as well.
And it was exactly what we said.
They couldn't find the good angle.
A perfect angle to make that decision.
But I want to know which angle this one could not get between Stuart Atwell. By the way, Stuart Atwell and Anthony Taylor are going to the Euros. Yeah, they've been announced as referees. You know, when these things happen to referees in England, it actually happens to their best of the best.
That's the point. So you make them to question.
So they cannot even punish them because these are our best referees. These are our best hands. It's a shame. We got to go. But before we go, I'm leaving you with a massive, humongous 444 mega odds tonight on Bet Baba, and feel free to edit, but trust me, this might just be your night. I've deliberately left out Arsenal against Chelsea. I know Arsenal's going to beat Chelsea, but I just want you to watch that game and just enjoy the game.
Don't watch it with remembering, my 1,000.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so let's take a look at the code for the games. Remember, feel free to always edit. It's 2609431. 2609431. Yesterday's accumulated still pending because I think Red will probably settle those bets with the Uruguayan games that didn't go on late last night. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you tomorrow by the special grace of God. Ciao, ciao.